Hello children, good morning. I hope you all are safe and healthy at home and watching TSAT classes and enhancing your knowledge. Children, in these few months, I think you might have become very close to your family members, isn't it? And we know that among the members of the family, we have blood relation and love and affection. And because of this blood relation, love and affection, we have strong bond among us, isn't it children? And this bond helps us to give stability, emotional and mental stability, and this bond unites us in all situations. Even in between two friends, there is a bond which unites them in all situations, children. Children, similarly, there is one more bond that exists between atoms, and that bond is chemical bond. So children, today's our topic is chemical bond. Children, for example, if we would like to join or stick any two objects, we need something like glue or stick, anything. For example, we can join two balls with the help of glue. Like this, atoms also combine together. So they too require something which hold them together. But it is not like glue or stick or pin, anything. It is force of attraction. And children, we call this force of attraction as chemical bond. So children, at the end of the session, you are going to define a chemical bond and you are able to understand why some atoms combine while others do not, and you can able to define octet rule, and you can able to explain what is ionic bond and covalent bond. Children, what is chemical bond? Look at the slide children. It is a force of attraction between two atoms or a group of atoms that form a stable molecule or compounds. Just now I said, no children, atoms also require something which hold them together, and that is attraction force. That attraction force hold them together. For example children, let this big ball as oxygen atom and these two small balls as hydrogen atoms, and a bonds will form between these two like this, and they form a new molecule, that is water molecule. See children, here because of chemical bond, a new molecule is formed from individual oxygen and hydrogen atoms. So children, what is the importance of chemical bond? Why do we need to learn about this? Children, just now we have seen water molecule is formed by the formation of chemical bond among hydrogen and oxygen atoms. Look at the slide children. Not only water molecule, the food we eat and clothes we wear, the air we breathe and medicines which we use and variety of plastics, all these are formed by the result of chemical bond among atoms. And children, in olden days, were there so many types of materials like as we have now, like such as PVC, plastic, polythene and variety of medicines? No. Our scientists prepared all these by synthesizing new molecules by interacting different types of chemicals through bonding. Children, during this pandemic time, different pharmaceutical companies and scientists are doing research and trying to find out medicine to treat COVID-19 patients. This medicine is also synthesized by forming many bonds among the atoms. Okay children, next, why do atoms combine? They combine to get stability. And children, do all atoms combine? No. In periodic table, there are such elements called 8th A group elements such as helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. When compared to other elements, these elements have almost negligible reactivity and they do not form molecules by combining with other elements. Why? Why do they have more stability, children? Before that, let us know what is valence shell and what is valence electrons. Valence shell. In an atom, the outermost orbital, the last orbital is called as valence shell and valence electrons. And the electrons which are there in the valence shell are called as valence electrons. Children, let us know why these 8A group elements have high stability and why they do not form molecules. Look at the slide, children. Here these are electronic configurations of noble gases. And children, do you find any similarity among the noble electronic configuration of noble gases? Yes, you can find similarity. That is, all the noble gases have 8 electrons in the valence shell, that is last shell, except helium. Helium has 2 electrons, but its only shell is completely filled. So, by this, children, can we relate this stability to electronic configuration? Yes, of course. The noble gases with completely filled valence shell have more stability and they rarely participate in chemical reaction. And children, all these observations are independently given by scientists Lewis and Cossell in 1916, and they proposed octet rule. What is octet rule? Look at the slide, children. The atoms of elements try to attain octet configuration either by transfer of electrons or by sharing of electrons and form a chemical bond. Children, in our life generally we would like to follow famous person who got success in their life. For example, Sachin Tendulkar or Abdul Kalam, P.V. Sindhu, Poorna Anand. Like us, similarly atoms also try to attain electronic configuration of noble gases because they have stable electronic configuration. That is why remaining atoms in the periodic table, they try to attain the configuration of noble gases, and the existence of 8 electrons is there in the last shell. That existence of 8 electrons in the valence shell is called octet, and if there are 2 electrons in the valence shell, it is called as duplet. Means noble gases have either octet or duplet electronic configuration have more stability, and remaining atoms also try to attain it. How children, how atoms attain octet configuration? Look at the slide, children. Here first sodium atom is throwing electron to chlorine, means here electron is transferred from sodium to chlorine, and in second image both the atoms are sharing their electrons. So, atoms attain octet configuration either by transfer of electrons or by sharing of electrons and form a chemical bond. Children, there are types of chemical bonds, but in this session we are going to learn about ionic bond and covalent bond. What is ionic bond? Let us see. What does the name indicate, children? Ionic bond means ions are involving in the bond formation. What are ions? If an atom has either positive charge or negative charge, it is called as ions, and generally this ionic bond is formed by the transfer of electron from one element which can easily form positive ion to other elements which can easily form negative ion. How would a positive ion form, children? A positive ion is formed from the elements such as metals. For example, look at the slide, children. Here the sodium, magnesium, aluminum are metals. And observe the electronic configuration. They have 1, 2 and 3 extra electrons than octet configuration. That is why they easily lose their valence electrons and they attain octet configuration, and by losing the electrons they get positive charge, and this positively charged atoms are called as cations. And what about negative charge, children? How would a negative ion form? And this negative ion is formed from the elements such as non-metals. Look at the slide, children. For example, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, these are non-metals, and see the electronic configuration, children. In the valence shell or last shell, they have 5, 6 or 7 valence electrons, and means they are short of 3, 2 or 1 electron to attain octet configuration. That is why they gain 3, 2 or 1 electron respectively and forms a negatively charged species called anions. What are cations and anions? How do they form, children? Look at the slide. Here first atom is saying that I am about to lose an electron, and second atom eagerly asking that are you sure, and electron is transferred from first atom to second atom, and by losing electron first atom get positive charge and second atom get negative charge. And after the formation, children, after the formation of cations and anions, they come close to each other and they experience electrostatic forces between them, and these electrostatic forces hold them together and form a bond between them, that is ionic bond. And as the electrostatic forces are involving in the bond, this bond is also called as electrostatic bond. Children, let us see formation of one ionic compound, that is NaCl, nothing but salt which we eat daily. Children, we can understand the formation of ionic compound in 3 steps. First step is formation of cation. And this is the formation of NaCl. Here sodium is a metal, so it forms cation, and atomic number of sodium is 11, and electronic configuration of sodium is 2, 8, 1, and in valence shell it has 1 extra electron than the octet configuration. That is why it loses this electron, and sodium loses 1 electron and forms positively charged sodium cation. And second step, formation of anion. Here chlorine forms anion, and atomic number of chlorine is 17, and electronic configuration of chlorine is 2, 8, 7. So in valence shell it has 1 short of electron to attain octet configuration. That is why chlorine easily gain 1 electron and forms negatively charged chloride anion. And last step, that is formation of NaCl. These oppositely charged sodium cation and chloride anion come close to each other and they form an ionic compound, that is sodium chloride. Children, we can also understand this formation of sodium chloride with the help of these models. And see children, this is the model of sodium atom, and this is the nucleus, and first shell, second shell and last shell are valence shell. Children, here see children, in valence shell it has 1 electron. If it loses its electron, it get octet configuration. And see children, this is the model of chlorine, and this is a nucleus and first shell, second shell and last shell. See children, in valence shell it has chlorine has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 electron. It has 1 short of electron to get octet configuration, and that is why an electron is transferred from sodium to chlorine, leaving the sodium as sodium cation and chlorine as chlorine anion, and they come to each close to each other and they experience electrostatic attraction forces between and form a compound called NaCl. And what is ionic compound, children? Look at the slide. It is a electrostatic attraction force that keeps cation and anions together to form a new electrically neutral compound. A few examples of ionic bond are sodium chloride, sodium fluoride, and magnesium chloride and aluminum chloride. And what are properties? Let us see properties of ionic compounds. Look at the slide, children. As the electrostatic forces are very strong, they form solid compounds and at the same time they are brittle too. And as the electrostatic forces are very strong, they have high melting and boiling point, and these easily dissolves in water, children. This you can check. Try to dissolve salt in water, it dissolves, and they conduct electricity when dissolved in water. And these are the and they have crystal lattice structure. What is meant by crystal lattice structure? The 3D arrangement of ions, cations and anions is called as crystal lattice structure. In slide you can see the crystal lattice structure of sodium chloride, and it has face centered cubic lattice structure. And let us see what is covalent bond. Children, this covalent bond is explained by Lewis. And children, imagine a situation that it is a winter season and you and your brother or sister each have a blanket that used while sleeping. And one day the climate is very cold and you cannot tolerate the coolness with a single blanket. You would like to have one more blanket. Then what will you do, children? Is there any choice? And there are no extra blankets in your home. Is there any choice how to overcome this problem? Yes, children, you can do one thing, that is you and your brother both can join your blankets one on another and you both can share the blankets and you can keep yourself warm. Isn't it, children? Children, in this situation each contributed a blanket and both shared the two blankets. So, covalent bond also formed same like the situation only. In covalent bond is formed between two atoms, two non-metals, and each non-metal contribute electrons to bonding, and these contributed electrons are again equally shared by the two non-metals and form covalent bond. And children, we can easily understand the covalent bond formation with Lewis dot structure. In Lewis dot structure, the nucleus and inner shell electrons of an atom are represented by writing the symbol, whereas the valence shell or electrons are represented by dots or cross marks. For example, take oxygen atom and atomic number is 8 and electronic configuration is 2, 6. So, nucleus of oxygen atom and these inner shell electrons are represented by writing symbol of that oxygen, and this valence shell electrons are represented by dots around the oxygen atom or cross marks around the oxygen atom. Similarly, take chlorine atomic number 17, electronic configuration 2, 8, 7, and chlorine, it has 7 valence electrons. So, we can represent these valence electrons with the help of the dots or cross marks around the chlorine atom. Children, let us see formation of an equivalent compound, that is chlorine molecule. Formation of chlorine molecule. Children, just now we saw atomic number of chlorine is 17 and electronic configuration is 2, 8, 7, and while bonding covalent bond between two chlorine atoms, both the chlorine atom come close to each other, and here see children, here this chlorine is short of 1 electron and this chlorine also short of 1 electron. So, how do they form a bond? This chlorine atom contributes 1 electron for bonding, this chlorine also contribute 1 electron for bonding, and the bond is formed like this, and these contributed electrons, these two are the contributed electrons. Now, these contributed electrons are called as bond pair electrons, and these bond pair electrons are equally shared by both the chlorine atoms. See children, here now first chlorine has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons, and second chlorine atom also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons. So, by sharing of electrons, here the two chlorine atoms attain octet configuration. Let us see formation of the gas which we are breathing. Children, which gas we breathe in? Oxygen. So, oxygen is also a covalent compound. So, let us see formation of oxygen molecule. Children, atomic number of oxygen is 8 and electronic configuration 2, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and while forming a bond, two oxygen atom come close to each other. See children, here first atom also required 2 electrons to get octet configuration. Here second atom also required 2 electrons to get octet configuration. That is why first oxygen donates 2 electrons for bonding and second atom also donates 2 electrons for bonding, and they come close to each other and they share the 2 pairs of electrons. They equally share these bond pairs. See children, here there are 2 bond pairs are equally shared by 2 oxygen atoms. That is why here there exists double covalent bond among the oxygen atoms. Children, not only oxygen and chlorine, look at the slide children. These are the few examples of covalent compounds, that is fluorine. Fluorine has 7 electrons in the outermost shell, and they share, each chlorine contribute 1 electron and they share a bond pair of electron and form a single covalent bond. And in the next image you can see children, here oxygen require, just now we saw oxygen require 2 electrons to attain oxygen octet configuration. In formation of photo molecule, it shared 2 electrons with other oxygen atom, but in see the slide children, here oxygen atom, it's sharing one of its electron with hydrogen atom and other electron with other hydrogen atom and forms water molecule which we are drinking. And children, what is the chemical covalent bond? The covalent bond is look at the slide children, the covalent bond is formed between 2 atoms by mutual sharing of a pair of valential electrons, so that both of them can attain octet or duplet in their valence share. Children, these are also few examples of covalent compounds. Children, do you like diamond? Yes, of course, all of us like diamond. This diamond is also one of covalent compound. And children, this is the time for project work. And children, first question is calcium oxide ionic compound or covalent compound? Justify. Children, here now I am giving an hint, that is, find out whether the calcium and oxygen are metals or non-metals. Then you can find out whether it is a ionic compound or covalent compound. And second question is, why do metal atoms not form a covalent bond? For answering this question, children, you take one metal atom and try to write it electronic configuration, then then you can easily find out the answer. Okay children, it's time to sign out. Stay home, stay healthy. Thank you.